on my custom sheet, but just by I've made it a text box instead of a toggle. So
There you
you
go.
typed in either a slash, an X, or a star.
Oh. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, is everybody ready for mayhem?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did everybody
Let's-
roll initiative?
We did not roll initiative for this yet. No.
Perfect, good. Because if I had, and anyone had gotten good rolls, I'd
We
have been
had-
like, I don't remember what they are.
I think we did because I didn't remember how initiative worked.
We
No,
had a combat before that with the
Oh, that's right.
lady
With
who
the
shot you,
that's right with the bitch.
yeah.
and with the guy in the brain thing in the camera room.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
The
didn't- I didn't-
Watcher.
I didn't have that fight. I was consoling the door.
That's fair.
That poor door.
I'm never used.
I have one job and I've never gotten to do it.
All right, everybody, roll initiative.
All right.
That's a D10 plus
The number.
your
Plus your initiative mod, which is the sum of your dex
wits
and
index.
composure.
Oh, dex and composure. Okay. I started myself correctly for this.
New tab. Gotta open that dice.
I did not get the most stellar of rolls, but it's still double digits.
I have to get the dice roller out real quick.
Oh,
So I am slow. Is that dice roller Wayland shared pinned?
Hell
Yes.
yeah, it is.
Oh hell yeah.
And the pinned messages.
Oh,
Thank
baby
you.
Jesus, Mike, you are too fast.
I have a 4 dex, a 4 composure, and I rolled a 10.
Well, fair enough.
Sometimes you
makes
just
so much
are really,
easier.
really good. If I remember correctly, just setting the scene, there were 2 like unnatural fire torch sconces lighting the room,
there are
preventing it from being in deep shadow.
4 hanging dark light braziers. So think more like a chandelier.
Okay.
I get to swing from them chandeliers.
You could,
long
in
as
fact,
you break
swing
them.
from those chandeliers.
What were the instructions we got from Henrik about that, activating that thing?
Put it in an area of deep shadow
Deep shadow.
and call him.
So, shadow, not darkness.
Can you remind me of the initiative thing again real quick?
D10 plus your wits, your dex plus composure.
Okay, thank you. Dex plus composure is 6 plus 4. Okay.
I'm just wondering if I need to take out those braziers or.
Well, it sounded like this beetle is for us, and
Yeah, he also said that he would only he wouldn't be doing any fighting for us.
yeah, he's only gonna take out the big bad.
The bitch.
So it doesn't mean we can't prepare. Maybe knock out like 3 braziers, but maybe it doesn't have to be our first priority. Because I feel like knocking out the braziers are gonna be to summon our man.
Well, consider if you don't summon Henrik.
You're going to be fighting both the blood monster
Right,
and the
That's
Smeeshi.
true. True. Yeah, so maybe, I mean, it's up to you, but Mike's probably the fastest, so maybe Mike wants to hit the braziers while we hit the big boy.
Wayland, you can tank this, right?
That was pretty much.
I'll be sniping for you. I'll be shooting.
That was pretty much what Waylon had been suggesting at the end of the last time, was that for Mike to take out the braziers.
Yeah.
So, all right. I am actually I was obfuscated at the last I knew. So am I still obfuscated?
Yes. although it's unclear how hidden you are inside the Zamitsi's haven.
Okay. Yeah, I anticipated something like that. I think I had 4 successes on the last roll.
Right.
So that would be all right. So do I go first?
Oh, you definitely go first.
All right. I am going to draw my blade. Does that actually, in drawing my blade, am I losing anything?
Do you have the quick draw merit?
I have fighting finesse, but not quick draw.
All right, so that will take up your attack action for the turn.
All right.
So
And
you can still move and do whatever you would do for moving.
just for clarification of the scene, what I was thinking of is in order to take out the braziers, I would, they're up high, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking I would have to jump up and sever their connection and, have them drown in the goop.
That would be effective, yes.
Okay. And I don't see another way of like covering them or extinguishing them easily.
No.
So, all right. All right. So blade it is, and moving into a position where I can readily jump up on some freaking, if there are any corpses left to stand on, just, give myself a springboard. Gross springboard.
Okay. Okay.
Give me a strength and athletics roll with a +1 corpse springboard bonus.
Oh, can I do it now? I thought I'd use my attack action, so I wasn't
Yes,
sure
because this is part of movement.
Okay. You said it was strength plus athletics?
Yes.
Yeah.
You might be better off trying to run up a wall.
Yeah.
Alternatively, get Waylon to toss you.
Yeah, I have there is no acrobatics per se in this game, is there? Oh. Yeah, I should have.
Nope, it's all athletics.
Mm.
Let me look up the rules for jumping. I'm assuming that it's strength. Jumping. Types of actions. Jumping is strength and athletics plus equipment. Wow! Fucking, ooh! Give myself a high five right there.
Nicely done.
Okay. All right. Let's do this then.
Wow, page 39 has like all of these standard rolls you would make.
Well, that's actually not bad at all. Thank you for the springboard.
You're welcome.
Hold on a sec.
We love a springy corpse.
And then capture the hits. So that's 3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah.
You get 3 feet of vertical. Wow. Like, imagine jumping up a yard. Just whoop!
Well, I almost took vigor earlier today, and I decided against it. Now I wish I had.
Mikey's pulling Mario moves.
Give me a stamina athletics to grab onto the edge of the dark light brazier.
Oh, I was thinking I was going to sever the thing, the chains with my blade.
Oh,
Leap up.
you're not going to be able to make an attack in the same turn, but but you can climb up there.
Okay, so that was a stamina plus athletics, did you say?
Yes. If breaking down a door is stamina athletics, then grabbing onto something is stamina athletics.
Well, that's a little better than
Or grabbing
strength
onto
plus
something
athletics.
unpleasant.
La la la. La 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 la. Not as good. 1 hit.
1 hit. Oh god, it's hot. But it's not actual fire. You don't know what this stuff is. But it does hurt. You take 2 points of bashing damage. I'm sorry, there is
Okay.
a cat in here, and he is trying to chew on cords.
Is it Itachi's?
It is absolutely Itachi. 1 second.
Oh,
I need to
Itachi.
escort him from the premises.
Touchy.
Remove yourself, Itachi.
No, you don't get to sit on my chair.
Well, I'm just glad I raised my my stamina, so at least I have a little more health. La, la, la. Okay, that hurt. Ah! How do you spend Vitae to enhance physical attributes?
Usually at the start of your turn.
Okay, but I mean, how does it work?
Spend 1 vitae. What's your blood potency?
My blood potency is not bad. I think it's a 2. It's a blood potency 2, yeah.
That would make sense.
Then
And I'm a bab.
I believe you can add up to 2 dice to 1 attribute.
For just that turn.
Is that how that works?
Let me look up blood buffing.
Is it blood surge?
Also known as bluffing.
No, bluffing is something different.
I know, but blood bluffing, no, should be bluffing.
Mike's gonna go start going to the gym after this. After it closes, you know.
If only your muscles mattered.
Um.
All right, it doesn't matter till next round anyway. So I'll
1 blood point can raise a physical attribute by 1 dot for a scene up to 1 dot above their generational trait maximum. More blood can be spent to raise said attributes above said limit, but doing so only lasts 3 turns.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
So 3 total for all physical attributes, or 3 for each physical attribute?
Due to your generation, I think you can only spend 1 blood point per turn.
Yep.
Okay.
If you
Be
only
that
thought-
for buffing or healing.
I thought with blood potency 2 you could do 2. No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay, so the max vitae per turn is 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15.
All right, so I can only spend 1 point, and that will just increase an attribute by 1.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
And you won't be able to spend vitae on anything else until your next turn begins.
Yep. All right, I'm all set. Hanging from the chandelier.
Oh boy.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Yeah, Waylon, thank you.
You're welcome.
So Amelia is going to go before Waylon because of alphabetical order.
That's fine.
Sweet. I'd like to pull out my Glock.
Oh no, honey. Olga is still there.
Oh, okay. Is she gonna stop me from pulling out my gun?
I mean, she
Probably.
might. Who to attack?
Oh, okay. Well, you said Amelia's gonna go next, so I was like,
No,
okay,
no,
I
I
guess
said
that's my
Amelia
turn.
will go before Waylon.
Well, that was unclear, sir.
I have very strict use of language.
You can't blame me for being a dumbass. You knew what you were inviting into your campaign.
Okay. So she is going to summon a spike made out of bone. She raises her hand, and out of the goop, comes a series of bone that just scrunches together and sharpens.
That's not ominous at all.
Don't be a poos. It's just a weird bone spike.
I mean, it's hot, but it's terrifying.
Two things can be true.
Yeah. Those two truths can coexist.
I'm trying to find exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. Just like, nah, that's not ornate enough. That's not straight enough. God.
We can all imagine the blood sphere, Reynold. It's fine.
No.
Almost-
But finding a
The
bone
one
spike.
consolation.
Hmm?
Our one consolation is Atticus isn't here, so we won't have a TPK.
Oh, goody.
Waylon, what's your defense?
My defense is 2.
Oh, congratulations. You get to add your defense to this roll. Or you get to... Your defense will be subtracted from her attack.
Oh, nice.
You only take 1 point of lethal damage as this bone spike flies through the sky. No, I should mention, she does physically throw it.
Okay.
Like, summoning it is...
Like a javelin.
Right. Summoning it is, I'm gonna use my vitae. I'm gonna use my vampire blood magic. And then when it's in her hand, she's like, I'm like a fucking monkey. God damn it. You're gonna make me actually throw this? Alright, fine. Just a moment. I have to open a window. It's currently 89 degrees in my room.
That's very warm.
That's too warm for, like, human existence.
Okay.
Definitely too warm for optimum functionality.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. Amelia, it's your turn. Now you can pull out your Glock.
Okay, I have a question.
Shoot.
It uses an action to pull out my weapon, right?
Yes.
Okay, but she just used a vitae to pull and attack. Is that something I can do?
No.
Or is it because she's super badass?
It's the nature of the ability.
Gotcha. Okay. I wanted to check.
Yeah.
And she's also very old and powerful.
Right.
Well, that was the thing, is I was like, is that standard procedure or is that her showing off?
That is a 3-dot fucking what's the word I'm looking for? A 3-dot discipline being used.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a mechanic that I didn't know about.
No.
Okay, cool. Then I guess I will use my turn to pull out my weapon, my Glockaroni and cheese, and I'll say to the Glock, I promise you that one day we'd kill something together. Today's the fucking day, and I give the barrel a little kiss.
It weeps bloody goop.
Oh God.
As it smiles at the thought of its dreams finally coming true. Which is certainly not just like blood goop coming off of it. No.
No, it's fine.
No.
Amelia licks the blood goop a little bit. Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bonecraft. The vampire's player may use bonecraft to create an offensive weapon.
Gotcha. That's fine. That's why I was like, huh. I'm pretty sure that's her being special, but I wanted to make sure because if I can spend Vitae to point and shoot, then I'm gonna do that.
Oh,
But
Actually, if she lays her hands on you, she can just make your bones come out of your skin.
I don't want her to touch me then.
Noted.
I mean, I do want her to touch me.
Inflicts 1 health level of lethal damage on the victim as their bones rip, puncture, and slice their way out of their own body.
Damn, what is she? The bone guy from Naruto?
Oh,
I mean, maybe.
scoring 5 or more successes causes the rival's rib cage to
One moment.
curve inward, and pierce the heart as well as any other vital organs.
Reynold, your Scorpio rising is showing. Need you to rein that in, buddy.
It does cause the affected vampire to lose half his blood points as the seat of his vitae ruptures in a shower of gore. Oh my god. Whoever was writing this was having...
Someone had fun writing. Yeah, they were having fun writing that.
They're having a great time.
Okay, so, Waylon, it's your turn.
Oh, good. So that bone spike hits me and stagger back, and I'm going to draw my sword cane. Useless in this situation. Cavalry sword is my new best friend.
Oh, yeah, no. You need... The bigger the sword, the better.
And
If you had a horse chopper, I'd recommend you use it.
this is the best that I have. Let's see. Which Krohan ability am I using?
Oh god, horse chopper is an actual thing?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal pole arm.
I thought I was
Reynolds
just
like,
making it
I
up.
said that. Yeah, I said that in jest. Oh no.
That's basically
thought-
what a Zweihander was too. I mean, that was the only thing that they were good for, was basically breaking cavalry charges. So
All right. So taking a look at this large beastie before us, is it covered in flesh?
No.
Carapace?
Nope.
Okay. It's
It's-
just like blood hold form.
Yeah, it's just blood. The sharp bits are sharp blood.
Okay, cool. Let's stab this jello cake, shall we? I'm gonna rush in and try to attack.
drink it.
Alrighty then. Subtract 3 dice from... Wait, no, it doesn't have defense. It has armor. It's just too big. So subtract 1 die for its defense.
Can I activate a discipline and attack?
You absolutely may.
Okay. Excellent. I would like to spend a vitae to activate the third dot of Krohan, which is Bitter Humors. If I wound this thing, it'll worsen their wounds if it tries to heal.
Ooh. Don't worry, Mommy will put you back together.
So scary and hot.
Does that work on werewolves?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Wow, that would be nasty.
If it has a regenerating ability.
And now that I know a thing or two about this game, I'm playing Krohan next time.
It is a Braun Ventru special, or you have to make friends with some witches.
Oh, well, I mean, I could do that. Down with some witches.
It is known as a forbidden art.
That is 6 successes.
Whoa.
Damn.
Okay. You deal 6 lethal damage to the blood beast, which writhes in what appears to be terrible agony.
Hot.
I'm taking you to Applebee's after this.
Yeah, no. You chop off a huge chunk of it, which turns into inert goo as the rest of it fills the void. It's lost not a considerable amount of mass, but it lost more mass than it was expecting to lose. Initiative marches on to the Blood Beast. Waylon, what is your defense?
2.
2. Damn, son. It lurches forward after after it suffers your terrible attack, and it just flops on you.
Oh, shit.
It's like it's weird fighting this thing, cause like the spikes are just like, you know how a water laser cuts through things.
Just with pressure?
Right, that's what the sharp bits of this are. It's just Vitae being pressured down into a single point,
Okay.
Damn.
or just regular blood, actually.
But the rest of it is just kind of gelatinous.
Right. That's why the sharp bits are black. That's the way the blood condenses.
Fortunately, I'm visualizing the creatures from the Palm commercials.
Ooh. You only take 1 point of lethal damage, as like it's not exactly a coordinated attack, but just like, oh god, there's spikes all over me. It like, because of its gelatinous nature, it's kind of easy to push off of you.
My main goal was trying to put the creature between myself and Olga if she tries to throw another bone spike at me.
That has been successful.
Good.
It is very much in your way.
All she can watch is the ass of her pet as it tries to thrash you. Mike, it's your turn.
Okay. I want to try doing something crazy. And I'm going to definitely spend a point of willpower for it. And I am thinking of spending some Vitae, but I wanted to ask you what would be most appropriate for what I have in mind. I am thinking that in order to do this as quickly as possible, I need to go back to basics. Errol Flynn. And my idea is get the brazier swinging, sever the cable, and use the momentum of the brazier swinging towards one of the other braziers to let the brazier hit that one with me riding on top of it.
Oh, mother of God. Okay, so
Tarzan pendulum.
yes. In order to get
Amazing.
some momentum going, I'm going to need a stamina and athletics to, pump the brazier back and forth.
Okay. So can I spend multiple points of willpower in a round?
You can spend multiple points of willpower on multiple rolls.
Okay. And what will the next roll be in terms of attribute?
So, you will only be making the stamina and athletics roll this turn, and then next turn you will be able to make a dexterity and weaponry roll to cut the chain at the right moment and yaijutsu that thing to death.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So spending a point of willpower on this, and I'm also buffing my stamina.
Groovy.
Our squad is so cool.
Now, I would love to give you both, but unfortunately a combat round is 2 seconds, so...
What are you saying? I can't do both blood and willpower?
No, I'm saying you can't do both swing and cut in the same round.
Okay. All right. Might be more practical to just cut, jump to the other one. No, this is the best way to get to the other one. All right.
I was about to say, it's more rolls, but you will literally be killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
All right, so that's 3 plus 3 plus 2. 8. Thank you, willpower. And 3 successes on that. Hopefully, gets paid.
Oh yeah. That chain is swinging.
Okay.
Mickey's bringing his crazy out, and Amelia's loving it.
I love this.
I love to see
Parkour.
it.
Alrighty then. It moves on to Olga's turn. And since she can't get an attack on you, Waylon, she's going to throw a bone spike at Amelia. Amelia, what is your defense?
Mine is a 1.
Oh.
I am a squish. I'm good at talking.
Oh.
And now shooting, but mostly talking.
Unfortunately, you catch a bone spike in the torso for 2 points of lethal damage.
Oh, so that's fine. I'm gonna spend some vitae and heal on my turn because I already took me some licks.
I mean, you can spend it right now and then spend another one on your turn.
Oh, I want to do that then. Absolutely, because I was gonna do that on my next turn if she didn't hit me, but then Waylon was like, "I'm being crushed," so I was like, probably gonna take a bone spike to the tits. Cool. How does the vitae spending work?
So you
for healing.
One vitae heals 1 point of lethal damage, 2 points of bashing damage, and it takes 2 vitae to heal 1 aggravated. Which means you can't heal aggravated damage as a vampire until you have 4 blood potency.
Okay, I do not have that. But I will do 1 vitae now. And I'll do 1 on my turn.
Hell yeah. Because you can only spend 1 per turn, but you can spend it at any time during anyone's turn.
Oh, that's good to know. Not that I want to spend all my vitae, but I I did already get
all your vitae, you will either go into hunger frenzy or take a nap. Probably both.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like I can afford to hunger frenzy or nap right now.
No, you'll just fucking kneel down and start shoving the blood, the dirty, filthy blood into
I'll just start
face.
eating all the gross, nasty corpses, and I'll be like, Waylon, don't look! Mikey, don't look! Avert your pure eyes! I'm sorry, I'm deceiving like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to spend all my vitae. No, I don't. But yeah. Okay. Ow, she be throwing them bone spurs.
Okay. But Amelia, it's your turn.
Great. I'm gonna use vitae then. And that'll fix up the bone spear, the bone spike. And then I'm gonna try to shoot the. Those braziers are probably too heavy to like tip by shooting, yeah.
Oh no, and it would be a very difficult shot to shoot one of the chains.
Yeah.
I think that's a -3 penalty on accuracy, and even if you did, it would probably take more than one shot to do.
That's fine. I'm just gonna shoot the big bug then.
Hey man, shoot the big bug. It doesn't get its defense because you have a gun.
Cool. So how does shooting work? Because I have a Glock, but I haven't used it.
You roll dexterity and firearms, and you add the weapon bonus. In this case, the weapon bonus is 2.
Great. All right, dex, and now I have a 3 in firearms. So
I
that's
usually
5.
don't delineate between
7.
weapons too much. You've got bows, pistols, rifles, shotguns, and long guns. That's it. Boom. That's the whole. That's all the guns.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
It's a rifle. Have fun with that.
Just one note that might be is I'm planning on spending blood and willpower every round. just
do it.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna use willpower on this roll for sure.
That's not a bad idea. Oh, okay.
Nope.
I was
so that gives me 10 dice, which is pretty good.
I was looking at the Blood Beast's health, and I was like, wow, I need 4 damage. What or 6 damage? This thing's gonna die soon. And I remembered, oh, it has a size bonus to health.
Not that it helps, but the added number of all my rolls came out to 69.
Nice.
Hey. But I got 3 successes.
Hey man, you shoot it for 3 points of lethal damage.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't. Huh. Now that I think about the damage track on this creature, I'm not sure what sort of damage to apply to it.
Does it like downgrade lethal to bashing, or?
Yeah.
But is it a kindred?
Well, like because it's not. It doesn't even have a discernible anatomy. It's just blood.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it hurts to cut it, I have to imagine it hurts to jab bullets in it at a
Oh, yeah.
high velocity.
You are absolutely dealing damage.
Yeah.
I imagine it's sort of like surface tension, Ronald. You know, water has a certain level of viscosity to it.
Right.
Same thing with blood. Is that essentially what the goal is here is to beat the surface tension of the blood beast to the point where it ruptures, where
Yeah.
it can't retain that shape any longer.
Yeah.
So if you
that's-
traumatize the surface tension enough, it's going to, not be able to kind of coalesce.
So
Yeah,
I
definitely.
I deal 3 popping damage.
Sounds good.
Basically.
I don't know how large this thing's health track is exactly. Well, okay.
That might be good to know
Yeah.
for our sake.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
I don't want to be that guy, but
No. I have determined its health track based on its size, and yeah. Unless your weapon does desiccation damage, it will only be doing bashing.
that's fine. It does not do desiccation.
But still, bullets, swords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smacking it with your fists, whatever.
Yeah, we're upsetting his day.
Oh yeah, no, you're binging his bong pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Initiative marches on to Waylon.
Okay, none of the chandeliers have been taken out yet, so I'm going to continue to fight this thing.
Fight.
I'm going to spend a vitae to increase my strength by 1. And I'm going to try to break this surface tension with the blade of my sword.
Hit it very hard.
I am rolling with 13 dice.
Good man.
Love that for you.
I also love that for me. That's 5.
Oh lord. Let's see if I know how to count. Oh, fucking tally marks, baby. Okay. You have filled up its damage track.
Hell yeah.
So now its bashing is starting to spill over into lethal.
Hell yeah.
That's what we like to see.
If it
Pew
had
pew.
if it had any sense of consciousness or pain, it would be getting wound penalties, but it doesn't.
Mm.
It is merely a blood golem. Hello, I am not a human. I am a blood popsicle.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this counts as kindred body.
Was that in Vampire Bloodlines where you slash the paintings and the blood golem appears?
Yes, you summon the
Yep.
first boss of the game and it probably beats you to death.
That's where I stopped playing.
It's
What
pretty
game
tough.
is this? It sounds amazing.
It's very good.
It is.
What's it called?
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yep.
Oh.
Whenever you mention it, someone reinstalls it.
And the subsequent fan-made patches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You need those.
The important thing is I played the hotel level, which is the best level in the game.
Right. It really front-loaded the good content.
Yeah.
What if you're not one of those PC players, like a fancy man?
Oh, then you don't get to play it.
Yeah.
It's PC only. It's
Someday.
just a console
If
release.
you ever play it, do the Malkavian track.
Oh, I think I'll do very well as a Malkavian.
The Malkavian have completely different options, dialogue options from everybody else.
Yep.
I mean, I'm loving Amelia's whole deal, so I feel like if I did play, I would absolutely do Malkavian first.
They also get additional content, including Eldritch Whispers from the Shadows and conversations with inanimate objects.
Yay! See, guys, it happens to the best of us.
That being said, some of them are super hard to unlock. Like, there's one conversation where you talk with the newscaster on television, and it's I don't know how to make it happen.
No, that's okay. Amelia won't try to do that.
I've had that one happen. Yeah.
Amelia's just gonna light small fires in her office and talk to doors mostly. Yeah.
I think I mainly just turned the TV on whenever I walked into a place.
Oh, I only got the stop sign dialogue, but still, that one's pretty good. No, you stop. You win this.
I'm
time.
so glad. I'm so
Son.
glad that I like created this character and was like, this is insane. I'm so glad Reynold is like going along with this, only to find out that this is perfectly on brand for this world.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, so happy.
So Waylon, after failing to damage you a lot with a blood slam, it skewers you with one of its blood claws.
Ooh.
You take 3 points of lethal damage as it cuts you good. In
Ouch.
and out. If you were an actual person, this would be considered like
Mortal wound.
Yeah, this would be a mortal wound. Like at the end of the combat, I'd be like, "Hey, someone needs to heal Waylon."
Yeah.
And I would be saying, "Waylon, take 1 bashing damage every turn from blood loss until somebody covers up this hole."
Oof.
But hey, man, you're a vampire. Who fucking cares? Big shrug.
While Waylon's getting pierced, I'm gonna spend a vitae and heal
That's not a
preemptively. Preemptively.
But Mike, it goes back to you. Now it is time to Yaijutsu Yojimbo cut this chain with your katana sword.
I spend a point of blood on my dexterity since I'm a finesse fighter. And I spend a point of willpower, and that should bring 9, 12 plus. Katana is 3 dice, I think, right?
2 dice. The major benefit you get from a katana is that it's hard to break.
Okay. Alrighty. So that brings me to 14. Okay, that's 5 successes.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Whew. So you cut through the chain at the apex of your jump. And
Womp womp.
It's pretty nice.
uh
Bamboo isn't that easy to cut.
and it wasn't about the strength. It wasn't about the sharpness of your blade. It was about finding the right place to cut and hitting it while you're on a moving object, which is the same object you mean to attack.
Good news though, I misunderstood defense, so my defense is actually a 2.
Hey, there we go.
Hey! So I guess I don't have to worry about that. Mikey, well done.
So
one
what was it?
brazier goes up into the air, flying into the other, and just like the impact of one dark fire brazier into the other causes the anchor it has in the ceiling to fucking collapse immediately.
Hell yeah.
Hot coals of dark fire alchemic goop goes flopping into the smoking blood. Mike,
Smelling like a barbecue now.
give me a dexterity and athletics roll to land on your feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a -3 penalty because this is insane. You are falling off of 2 falling objects, and you are being uncomfortably burned.
Okay. And What the hell? I'll spend another point of willpower on
What could
that too.
possibly go wrong?
All right. So it's 7 minus 3 plus 3, so it's
Yep.
back to 7.
Mhm.
All right. Not terrible. Not perfect, but not terrible.
And he sticks the landing.
Oh, love that for him.
Fucking
Holy shit.
Princess Bride style, drop your sword.
Good job, Mikey.
Initiative marches on. So 2 of the Darklight Braziers have gone out. Olga does not see any reason to be confused by this. Like, what are you gonna do? She
Like,
throws
we're all
one of her
vampires, we can
bones-
see in the dark.
Right, like we can all see in the dark. Like it's only there
Right.
to keep someone at bay, someone you couldn't possibly know.
No,
No.
we don't know anyone.
No.
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 And why would we know to get him?
No.
You know? Like,
Who would have told
the
you?
only person who could do that would be like some crazy Malkavian, and like they only have this little baby one.
Right, and I mean,
Yeah.
like the rivalry between the 2 of them was settled decades ago. And
Yeah.
she was the victor, and he was the loser, and he's probably dead. So I mean, it's not like these braziers are up just in case he's not.
No,
No.
we're just idiots who think that the Braziers are special, obviously, because we're dumb.
Right. Some
Right, yeah.
idiot is wasting. Oh, he probably tried to drop it on the Blood Beast and missed so hard. Oh my god, what an idiot. And these morons don't even know that once they kill this Blood Beast, I can just make another one. This is shooting fish in a barrel, I tell you. Adam's
Classic neonates.
Adam's ambassadors get stupider with every generation. Amelia, you take 1 point of lethal damage while you're giggling.
Ow, that's fair.
And you coughed a lot.
Yeah, I coughed up a lot. I was like, I'm like giggling, and I'm like, oh,
Ooh, that hit a lung, or where a lung used to be.
that hit where the lung once was.
And it is an X-lung.
That's why we spent that vitae prematurely.
Hey.
Oh, my damn arm. I was just stretching my, I always stretch.
Oh,
no,
the
don't do
boosted
that.
arm.
Yeah, that hurt.
Careful.
And then initiative moves on to Amelia.
Hell yeah.
Is it time to bullet gun shoot?
Yeah, it's time to bullet gun shoot. Gonna bullet gun shoot at that blood bug.
It does look like a big bug, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I cannot deny the fact that it looks like a big bug.
So that was my firearms dex and something else? Or just firearms dex? Okay, I just used a will point, so I think I'm probably gonna do that again. Hang on. Let me do some math, which is hard for me.
In response to Amelia doing math, I would like to spend a point of vitae to heal a lethal damage.
That sounds like a really good idea.
Ooh. Boom jams. I got 2 splody dice. They were the only successes, but they're there. To suck. Do I succeed in the bullets?
Oh, you do.
Hell yeah.
Every bit of damage counts when you're dealing with a beastie this big.
And then I'll spend another preemptive vitae.
Hey!
Hey! I can do that a few more times before we have to be concerned.
Waylon, initiative moves on to you.
Are there attacks of opportunity in World of Darkness?
No. There can be, but you have to call a shot. You have to be like, when he moves away, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to make for the area where the brazier is not lit anymore.
Oh, you run into the dark.
And I'd like to reach into my coat to grab a probably blood-stained piece of parchment with a sigil on it.
Do you slam that sigil?
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh boy.
It's time.
Is it dark enough?
It's Vader time.
I'd like to spend a point of vitae.
That's not a bad idea. The sigil releases you from its abyss-touched magics as the shadows left behind by the brazier's silence grows deeper, and all at once they coalesce into a humanoid figure.
La 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 sombra.
Yes.
La 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 sombra.
Dun, 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 dun,
Get ready to die.
dun.
Da 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 da.
And Olga looks like she's seen a ghost.
Bet you weren't expecting that.
Do you know who I am? The Blood Beast goes, completely oblivious to this new terror. And it's gonna smack Amelia.
Fair. That's why we did that preemptive move.
It just sort of like tackles into you. And you
Aw.
catch some blades and gelatinous mass on
It just
your...
wants a violent hug.
It just wants a violent hug. It's just
Aw.
a big violent boy. It deals 2 points of lethal
Aw.
damage. Call the
Aw.
ambulance, but not for me.
Violent puppy.
Like, imagine if a bear was trying to play, it would still kill you.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why we do that preemptive healies.
That's why we heal.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you realize somehow, paradoxically, the shadow in the room has coalesced so powerfully, you are now generating an outline.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
It's difficult to describe. It's like Henrik's body is consuming shadow. As such, you are becoming more visible.
All right, so the question that I'm trying to ascertain is, does Henrik need me to take out more of these braziers in order to be effective? Or does he seem to be okay now?
Oh no, he's good. The trick
All right.
was summoning him. Now that he's here, like...
In that case, I am blood beasting it.
Alright. You rush up, katana drawn, after landing on your feet. You don't even have to roll to get up fast. And you fucking chop up a blood beast.
Okay. I'm not spending willpower just in case I need to spend it on something later, because I don't have a whole hell of a lot left.
The blood beast is strange. It can't roar, but it burbles aggressively.
That's 4 successes.
4
Nice.
successes. Right, did I tell you about my house rule about the last point of willpower?
No, I still have 3 points of willpower.
Okay. When you have 0 points of willpower left, you'll get a -1 penalty on all rolls because you're just done, man.
You're fried. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to make that last point of willpower feel special. It's Olga's turn. She doesn't get turns anymore.
I came up with a very good term, I think, for a certain state of being fried and addled. Fraddled.
Rattled.
Feeling pretty frazzled here, boss.
It's a little bit worse than being frazzled. It's a lot worse than being frazzled, actually. So fraddled is when you're addled and fried.
Right. Frazzled is just like, I need a minute. Maybe 2. Fraddled is like, I need a staycation.
Yep.
Oh man, did I tell you guys?
And a massage and a jacuzzi.
Did I tell you guys about the fucked up weird sleep I had on Tuesday?
Oh no, you didn't.
Please.
So I woke up, ate breakfast, and went back to bed because I work second shift and I can just do that if I feel like it. And then I could not wake up. I was mired in dreams, thick as syrup. Like, imagine trying to climb out of a bathtub filled with molasses. Like,
I used to have those like inception layers of dreams in high school where I'd like wake up and start going through my day, and then I'd wake up and realize that was a dream, and I'd get ready for school, and then like 4 times it would happen, so that by the time my actual alarm clock would go off, I'd be like, I don't know what's real anymore, and I feel like I've went to school 4 times already today. I shouldn't have to go.
I have replayed the most unpleasant part of my day 4 times, and it hasn't even started yet.
And like it wasn't even a weird, like it was so real of a day that it did. That's why it was so hard to tell it was a dream. So it was also like such a mundane,
Right,
boring. Like I just
boring.
I went through a normal day of school. Nothing exciting happened. I got home and then I'd wake up from one level of dream to like do a shorter version again until I woke up and was like, my mom was like knocking on the door because I was like, I don't believe my alarm clock anymore. I need something else. Like, oh. Sorry,
Yeah.
I interjected over your dream sequence, but that is also wild.
No,
I think Ronald's been reading H.P. Lovecraft recently, just because of the prose that he was pulling out there.
unfortunately, no. That's from Fallen London.
Okay.
You can gain a trait. I don't know. I don't want to call it a buff or a debuff. Called Marsh Mired in Dreams of Sustenance. And you just keep dreaming about food.
How often do you guys wake up from dreams and then have to spend a few minutes like sorting your thoughts because you dream something that's so plausible that you are not 100% sure if it's a dream or not?
That does not happen to me too often.
That used to happen to me a lot, but now I smoke weed and I don't have dreams anymore, and it's wonderful.
I don't dream often either.
I would miss dreams.
Oh, I have them all the time.
Mine were always weird and uncomfy. I rarely had like good dreams. This probably says something morbid about me. But don't worry about it.
All right, so sorry, Ronald, we've derailed your game completely.
Yeah. As per usual.
Okay. So, initiative marches on. Yeah, right, Olga. Olga doesn't get turns anymore.
Oh, right.
The shadow.
She busy.
The shadow eclipses her. All you can hear are screams and grunts. Like, it's not like screams of pain. It's warfare screams, you know?
Real primal shit.
When you're fighting for your life, you scream. It's what you do. And there are dude screams, and there are girl screams. And there are non-binary screams. But a scream in a situation like this doesn't mean anyone is losing, and it doesn't mean anyone is winning. It means people are fighting.
They duking it out.
Oh, and because of the nature of the fight, it cannot be seen.
Oh, since Mike actually got a hit in, he is visible beyond an outline. His obfuscation got canceled by the attack.
You fucking Yajirobe in there and chop off the Uzuru's tail. That was a joke for no one. Amelia, it's your turn. You've got Mike by your side. You've got your
Yay.
Glock out. The
Yay.
shadow is convalescing. You would swear there's teeth in the darkness.
Oh. There are bound to be.
There's been a lot of things that have made others shudder that Amelia's been like, yeah, that's just part of looking to the abyss. Amelia actually just shudders and goes like, oh, I am...
On second thought, the abyss is a silly place.
Yeah, I thought I knew what the abyss was, but... Ooh.
On second thought, what if the darkness was hungry?
Oh. I think I'm just...
Thankfully, we fed him earlier tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, and Amelia didn't have to give him his blood. And as much as she sold her soul to a sea hag, she's feeling very glad that she didn't give him any blood. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm gonna shoot this bug.
Shoot it.
Cause like, what else am I gonna do? That the other two are busy tangoing. And I'm gonna save some willpower, since I know that it is quite precious. And also I don't want to go into a blood frenzy, so I'm gonna roll 5 dice and pray. Hey! 1 success is 1 success.
1 success is 1 success. Damage is damage. And you
Damage is
put a bullet into
damage.
it.
Hell yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I hit it in one of the claw pieces, and then you're like, wait, no, the claw pieces are actually really dense. That probably wasn't a great place to hit it, but you know, whatever.
I did hit it.
These things happen.
I made the Glock a promise, and I am fulfilling it.
Right, damage happened.
Yeah, damage happened. Bullets have been shot, and hopefully, I don't know if the gun will be the thing to kill it, but if it dies or pops, then I will have fulfilled the promise to the Glock to murder something with it.
God.
So I'm pretty sure I promised to kill, but I think my promise was like, if I get the chance, you will be there. Anyways.
Sorry, I'm looking back over Cap's fucking neural blender goddamn anatomy posting.
What'd I do?
Oh, you posted a series of neural blender images put to quotes from anatomy.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
If we were to dissect a house, we would find ourselves a stomach, throat, spine, and eyes, and teeth, and sinew, and dreams, and memories, and a mouth that will bite down. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth. What happens to a house when it's left alone? It becomes worn and aged. Its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink. It goes for too long unlived in. What does it think of? What does it dream of? Does it grow lonesome? It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its empty halls and see shadows. Its heart may jump as it thinks, here is someone again, I'm not alone. Could it haunt itself? Inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait, doors open, shades drawn, hallways empty, hungry. That game's scary as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, that's
It's uncomfortable.
Where was this posted?
On Cap's Tumblr.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, fuck it, I'll reblog it again, I don't care.
it's fine.
Boop.
Cap, you know they sell serotonin, right? Like, you can get that shit bought.
Uh,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
yeah, no, I got some of that good stuff.
I
I didn't make the
totally
post. I
teasing.
reblogged the post.
Right.
I know.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm giving you a hard time. It was just intense. I loved
Yeah.
it. But
Probably
intense.
to
I find some
me,
good shit.
the creepiest scene in
Mhm.
the game is you go into the bedroom and you play a tape on a tape recorder in the bedroom, and when you turn around, the door to the bedroom has disappeared, and the tape starts talking about how the bedroom is the most dangerous part of the house because it's the mouth. And we spend all of our time sleeping in it, hoping it doesn't bite down. And as
I feel like the bathroom is the most vulnerable part because that's where you do all your poops and your pees and you're naked in the shower.
yeah, but you're not asleep in it for 8 hours.
You don't know how my baths go down.
Fair enough. But the thing
Yeah.
that scared the shit out of me is when you're looking around the bedroom, all of the paintings in the room have changed to anatomical diagrams of teeth.
Ugh.
And it's just like, oh god, oh god!
It's like you are in a
yeah.
mouth.
Please don't do that to me. I have many tapestries on my wall and I don't need that.
The tapestries of teeth? Teethistries?
Teethistries?
No. Well, now I'm gonna have to go look for teeth. God damn it.
You can buy like a bag of 100 human teeth for like
I don't
$80 on Etsy.
think I need that.
It's not called the Bill of Needs.
I haven't needed that.
Think about your house's needs.
I think the creepiest thing with a tapestry would be if you're looking at a tapestry, it's flush against the wall, and you suddenly see the outline of a hand and fingers pressed running down the fabric.
Why would you tell me
That-
creepy things to imagine about my tapestries, knowing that I have tapestries?
Because you told us.
Well, clearly that was a mistake, and
was.
I'm sorry I shared information with my friends. I should have known it would have been used against me.
This is another good post about houses.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness, what?
Waylon,
But
it's
yeah.
your turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
A shot
Good.
boy.
I have to tell you guys, after we finish the game, I'll tell you about my hag dreams.
Oh no.
Oh, please.
Waylon is trying to go over in his head what he could possibly do to more effectively take down this creature, but all of his sword training is for fighting vampires, not their blood pets. So the only thing he really can do is get back up and run back into melee with this thing. He's going to duck under one of the blood claws and try to bring the sword in an upswing towards its head.
Hey, Waylon!
I would like to make a called shot to its face. Not because I think it's good tactically, but I think it's because of what Waylon would try to do.
Right. Roll your attack with a -2 called shot penalty.
Okay.
It would be a -3, but it's got a bigger face.
That makes it 11 dice.
What's that quote from Darkest Dungeon?
That's four successes.
Okay. Size has no intrinsic value, unless inordinate sanguination be considered a virtue. Okay, so its face sloughs off and joins the blood of the goop. And it begins like reforming a new face, but this turn it can't see anything.
Oh, good.
Just out of curiosity, how does this blood smell?
Oh god, terrible.
So it smells like bad blood. It doesn't smell like something we want to
No.
drink.
I mean, no, you wouldn't want to
Yeah.
drink this. You don't know if it would make you sick? Shit, I don't know if it would make you sick. Like, it's not gonna, like, give you a blood plague, but you're not gonna like it.
I'm imagining, like, when we came into Adam's kingdom the first time and he had those, like, congealed cups of, like, old, grody blood. Like,
Yes.
I'm imagining that or possibly worse in my mind.
What I was thinking is, like, when a corpse is dead, the whatever surface it's lying on, the blood starts pooling, and you have like that darkening color. It's that type of blood.
Yep.
That's like the blood that lingers in a corpse a day after it's dead.
Yep. This is Lefidity blood. Liver
Makes
mortis,
sense.
the gravitational pooling of blood in the dependent parts of the body. Woo! Thank you, Disco Elysium.
Teaching all sorts of vocab.
So it's gonna strike out at you, Waylon, but it's having a way harder time of slapping you. That being said, it does slap you with a mighty thud for 2 points of lethal damage.
I just healed that health. That's fair.
Mike, initiative moves on to you.
All right. So with blood potency 2, I can't increase my dex over 5, right?
No.
Okay. In that case, you know what? I'm gonna burn some some to get my stamina up, which doesn't hurt, and take another swing. What I'll do is I'll see what Waylon did, and the thought that occurs to me is, what if you're trying to disrupt the surface tension? What if you just keep on hitting the same area? Keep it from reforming. Eventually, it's just going to rip itself open. So I'm going to try to do that. Is that still a called shot, or is that just a?
That would be a called shot.
All right, I'll spend.
Still,
I'll
same
spend
penalty,
one of my.
-2.
Okay, I'll spend one of my points of willpower. Down to 2. And compensate for that. 11, 9, 12. Waylon, the thought occurs to you is that Mike is surprisingly good for someone who mainly learned how to fight from Yojimbo.
Fun. The sad fact is the sword fighting in Yojimbo is, quote unquote real.
Slow down.
Right, I was about to say, fake swords, real technique. Oh, Lord!
Whew! Yes! That is my boy right there.
Okay, so the Blood Beast is having some trouble. You cut off its face again, and it's like, fine! Eyeballs start popping off all over its body. But it's starting to lose cohesion, like, massively lose cohesion. Not just a little cohesion loss here. Like, it's parts of it are like plopping open and just blood pours out. Olga doesn't get turns anymore. Amelia, use gun on Blood Beast.
I will use gun on Blood Beast.
Right, to describe what's going on between Henrik and Olga, I present this gif.
Yup.
Ooh, I got explodey dice. We love it when they explode. That's... Or 2 successes, but...
Every success counts. Brap, brap.
Brap, brap. Two gun shoots.
Waylon, the Blood Beast surges. Can anyone put an end to this beast?
Oh, you know.
Waylon can.
I can.
Is there anyone who can finish this battle? Anyone? Anyone?
Point
Time
of
to see our-
willpower
It's time to see our king flourish.
for a total of 15 dice.
Oh, Lord.
Fuck.
For a total of 11 successes.
Oh!
What?
May's taking his ass to Applebee's.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Oh,
my
God,
god!
That's sick.
Love that. Love all of that.
We love to see it happen.
We
We
love to
love to
see it,
see it.
folks.
I love this die roller. It's like it is sick for some reason. It seems to roll much better than the last one.
I feel like it rolls just fine, but it embraces the absurdity of the World of Darkness system.
Yes.
Like it allows those 10 explosions, just like, hey, another one. Do it
Well,
again.
And another one.
I mean, this is got to be like, Waylon just jumping through the blood beast and like, it evaporating, like being sliced in two pieces as it goes through, and him covered in blood from every, from head to toe.
Waylon,
Hmm.
what makes you angry? Tell me something that makes you angry.
I hate not being in control of what I'm doing, of who I'm doing it for. I don't like how we've been sent on this quest to help someone who's doing horrible things behind our backs.
Strangely enough, the person you envision as you start chopping up the blood beast is Adam. And you start chopping, and you start chopping, and then it gets in your head. There's no more Waylon. There's just chop. And like the blood beast like starts to like burble and sputter and die, and the chops don't stop. You just keep cutting and ripping and tearing and rending until eventually it's just a nearly inert pile of goo, and then you start stomping and cutting and sweeping. You just need to destroy it. You need to get rid of this thing in your life.
Let's step back a little bit.
Until
To
eventually you
Gonna
come
give
to your
that boy some
senses,
space.
heaving breaths, which is just a real shocker because you don't need to breathe. Like, do you think that's air you're breathing?
No, it's blood.
It's pure rage. It's absolute terrible fury.
I drop the sword into the muck.
Your head hurts.
My everything hurts. I have one untainted health box.
Oh.
The blood
Good
beast
job.
has been
Good-
defeated.
Good job, Waylon. Amelia says very softly and puts two very gentle thumbs up from a distance.
Really cool.
Yeah. He just stands there looking absolutely shell-shocked.
Oh. Okay. Luckily, you know somebody who can do some trauma therapy if you need.
This is true. Did you know that the PTSD like never goes away? I'm just saying.
Well, if humanity goes down low enough, it kind of does.
It's true. You just become the PTSD. Damn Brits eat everything.
I mean, once you're a complete sociopath, it's sort of irrelevant.
Right. But eventually, as the blood beast sputters and returns to inert goo, the whirling maelstrom of shadows and blood across the room also begins to calm. Until eventually, there is only Henrik standing, absorbing all light as he holds... I don't want to say broken, because Olga isn't totally broken. She's gone into torpor. But like one of her legs has been ripped off and one of her arms is broken. And she's a fucking mess.
Ouch.
And he
Big
like
ouch.
holds her up by the scruff of her neck and just looks at you all and says, "You wanted her alive, right?"
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
well then. Where do I deliver her?
I look over at Amelia.
To Prince Adam's palace.
Will you come with me?
Of course. This feels important. Wouldn't miss it.
Oh,
Stand
wouldn't
close to
mind
me.
sleeping.
Amelia will go with the shadow.
I
I
will.
don't I don't condemn either of you if you don't want to come with the shadow man to the horrible idea that I had. Well, prophecy that I had.
And if we don't, we're gonna have to fight through the shovelheads back there. So.
I was about to say, problem. How do we get out?
I'm gonna take my chances with the shadow man.
Yeah, we're not walking out of here.
Especially not after we just beat up someone of extraordinary significance.
Everybody keep your arms, limbs, and minds in the abyssal vortex.
One step ahead of you.
Ready there.
Fun.
Attaboy, Mikey. He's getting it.
So do any of you try to shut your eyes?
Amelia's got eyes wide open.
Yeah, Mike probably would too.
No.
Alrighty then.
It's just like he's seen stuff like this in movies so many times, and it's like he's kind of curious what it's like for real. And it's like it's probably a really bad idea.
Oh, it's a terrible idea. Oh no, I know what happens. It's not your eyes that are under threat immediately, it's your ears.
Hmm.
It starts with the sound of chimes, like wind chimes, but they rip through your soul, or what's left of it. It's not loud, nor is it quiet. It's pervasive. The reverberations reach through you, and they are quite discordant. It feels like your mind is being wrenched from your body. And then, in that cyclopean darkness, you understand there are monsters out there. Monsters that only do not kill you because they cannot spot you quickly enough. And then you are in Adam's audience chamber.
Yeah, we look great, covered in blood,
Amelia's seen many
burn.
things this week. Amelia's seen a lot this week.
Lacerated, really fucked up. Okay, great.
I got no more brain.
The room is pitch black. And then a match ignites in the darkness, which illuminates a candle, which lights up Adam's face. And he just looks down. He looks down the dais, and simply says, "Henrik." Henrik drops Olga's body, and just says, "Adam," and he's gone. And like that, light returns to the world.
So,
I'm gonna go piss. You guys
Yeah.
think about what you're gonna say to Adam.
Yeah, what the
So-
fuck? I didn't think we'd get this far.
so we may have thwarted your plans.
Right,
I
so
feel
about
like-
the plans that you didn't tell us about, we
Yeah.
thwarted them.
We were being
Thwarted
proactive.
them. We were being be proactive. Be proactive. I feel like he'll secretly be very proud that his
Protege.
protege tapped into Malkavian abilities that are beyond her years.
This is not going to help me against Adam, but what the hell?
I mean, this is all on you.
Got it. I got this. Amelia's been wanting to have words with Adam, so if he doesn't like what she has to say, too dang bad.
I do not have a lot of vitae to spare.
I mean, I don't want to fight him. I just want to talk.
I would not be able to heal myself to full with the amount of vitae I have left.
Yeah, we're all hurting pretty bad.
I'm not badly damaged, but the willpower is not looking too good.
I started wounded, so.
Whew.
Ooh. Luckily, at the end of it, I only took like 1 more lethal damage than I had from the crossbolt, but it's only because I spent like 3 or 4 vitae healing. My vitae's okay. My willpower is what's really low. So I'm glad Brainol told me what happens if I burn those or spend those, because I'm like, I don't want to be taking a nap when I need to explain to Adam why we kidnapped someone that I don't even fully understand why we kidnapped her. So this should be fun.
I mean, anybody who wants to think of a good strategy to sell this could make a wits and politics roll to get a hint.
Yep.
Yeah, I only got wits, no polys. But I do have a psych profile on Adam, which I feel like will help when I'm trying to convince him to not be mad.
I'm about to say, it'll give you a bonus on social coercion rolls.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Because you
Okay.
know just what to say.
Mm-hmm. And Amelia's been wanting to have words with Adam for a while now anyways.
Like, when you're dealing with a creature like this, word choice is very important, and you know exactly what words will set him off and what words
Can't
won't.
count my own
Mm-hmm.
numbers. It's 3.
Waylon,
I got 2.
all
Help.
you need to do is frame this as a good thing. Why did you kidnap Olga?
We don't know.
No, to secure Adam's position. It's a major victory. It's a major victory.
So, okay, it's time for some more Socratic dialogue. What is the goal of the game?
To unfuck Chicago as much
Yeah.
as possible.
Or
Or to fuck Chicago as little as possible.
To stabilize
Yeah,
Chicago.
to make sure our goal, I feel we've all been approaching it with the mentality of to create as stable a court as Adam's court can be.
So, would you say that the goal is to fill Adam's court?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the basic task that he gave us.
Right.
Yes, I think our characters have been approaching it with the mentality of, with members who will balance things well.
That's your prerogative, but that's not the goal.
That's true.
Still, you got there.
Yes.
What role in the court do you think Olga would hold best?
We already have an executioner, right?
Jester?
Hound?
Olga as fool?
Oh, she'd hate that.
What makes you say that, Amelia?
I mean,
That would be
Go
so
ahead.
degrading for her.
What is a court fool?
it's a person who can speak their mind to the prince all the time,
That is
right?
correct. The fool, the court fool has more power than you might imagine. Everyone has to play political games. The fool doesn't have to play shit.
Mm.
The fool has quite possibly the most freedom out of anyone present.
True.
Time-
The fool gets to roast without getting maimed.
Uh-huh. The fool is expected to roast without getting maimed. If the fool ain't roasting, that's a shitty fool. You need to fire your fool. You need to get a new one.
True.
Like, y'all may have realized that the fool from the previous game had a lot of influence.
I wasn't there for that.
I was about to say, and it makes sense that you wouldn't.
Yeah,
know that.
Amelia doesn't know why we needed to kidnap her. Amelia just knows it was a good idea according to the fire, which
Right.
sometimes she doesn't know if she should trust, but here we go.
What the fire said. Waylon,
Mhm.
if you deliver Olga into Adam's hands and name her fool, he's gonna go for it. But my God, what have you unleashed on the city?
How with my role, or perhaps with another one, how would my Anarch allies react to that?
Pretty positively.
Okay.
Like, Olga is in this position based on what you know of her. She will definitely advocate for more individual freedom. But at the same time, Adam has a way with words. There is undoubtedly going to be some conditioning that goes on, which might soften her more genocidal elements.
Well, that's good. That's good for everyone, really.
Right.
What's that?
That's the only thing he would want to take away from her. Everything else is just too powerful, too beautiful to dampen. Fucking Dr. Gonzo style. Too rare to live, too dangerous to die.
Love that.
Then I guess Waylon will approach the throne, leaning a little genuinely on his sword cane this time, and just give Prince Adam a little bow and say, "You tasked us with filling your court, and so I think we have the final piece. It's time to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. We name Olga as your court's new fool."
The gears in his head are turning.
Amelia makes confident jazz hands in the background to excite the whole announcement.
Let's say the court is relatively small. Teddy isn't there. At this point, I think it's just the sea consciousness and a couple of hangers on.
We have to get him back from Amelia's office. He's still there.
Yep.
He'll be fine.
We'll take care of that later.
He still owes me money.
He just took a little non-consensual nap. It's fine.
But like all of the other kindred just like look at Adam. The sea consciousness is just like
Grinning, probably.
just like perplexed, just like what year is it? And Adam looks at you all and says, "And so Olga Lilyacheva has been named fool." And he rises from his seat, walks down his dais, and collects her body. Tell the Crinkle he is being summoned. There's no room for denial in this request. This is not a request. This is a command.
As you wish.
All right, Capitan.
and he clutches her body like a gentle babe and takes her somewhere into the labyrinth that is his manor.
Okay.
Congratulations!
Yay! We kidnapped her successfully.
Your goal was to prevent Adam from resurrecting what remained of his old council and afflicting them with terrible not dementations, afflictions, so that they would be properly insane in order to serve him well. You have given him a whole new project.
Woohoo! We tapped into his mania, you guys.
Yep.
We did it.
He is way too distracted with this now to give a shit about whatever he was thinking about before.
Yeah, crinkle, crinkle who?
Crinkle, crinkle who? Give me the crinkle.
I'm sure this won't come back to bite us.
No, of course not.
No. Yay.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind a vacation.
I definitely need multiple naps.
Oh, right. The sea consciousness claps their hands and just says, "Blood! Blood for our champions."
Yay.
You can spend as much vitae as you need to heal, and your vitae will be restored to full. You don't restore your
Okay.
willpower, though.
That's fine.
That's an awful lot of vitae.
Uh-huh.
Good.
About to say, tell me how many vitae you guys generate. I want to count how much blood they feed you.
Do I need Vitae to recover from non-lethal wounds,
Uh,
or do those heal on their own?
those will heal on their own.
All right, so I think I only took non-lethals, so I just need to recover my Vitae.
Oh boy. Okay, so you got 22 vitae so far. Mike, how much vitae do you need to recover?
And I think just 5.
27 times 2.4. 65 pints.
Damn.
Isn't it 8 pints in a gallon?
How much is is your baseline health? It's stamina plus something, right?
Size. So it's 8 pints to a gallon. You guys
Base
drink
size is
8 gallons
5.
of blood.
Chug, 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 chug,
Just
chug.
Nice.
fucking gallon of milk, 8 of those.
Ugh. Listen, we did have us a time.
Baby,
That crossbow lady didn't do me no favors.
baby Jesus. Look at this. Fill it with blood.
8 of them.
Then 8 of them.
Yep. Yep. Amelia's like Edward 40 hands in it. 2 gallons back and forth, double fisting.
Waylon's probably like one of those Gatorade commercials.
Yep.
Yeah.
You feast. It is exquisite. This is top grade Adam's blood.
Hell yeah, top shelf shit.
Like, somewhere deep in his sanctum, he has a preserved mason jar
This
of
vintage.
Tesla's blood. And he's saving that for a very special occasion.
Ooh.
Cheers, my dears.
That there Tesla blood.
In case of impending apocalypse.
Consume Tesla blood. What an absolute freak. Anyway.
We successfully kidnapped a lady and named her a fool.
Yep. Maybe y'all should go back to the office and wake Teddy up.
We probably
yes.
should.
Yeah, let's do that sooner rather than later.
Fortunate
Oh.
accident.
Oh man, we sure
fell
are
on a
full.
snake.
We gotta go do something totally inconspicuous. Don't worry about it.
Hey, can we take some of that to go? We kind of
Ooh.
we might need a little bit.
Make a manipulation and persuasion roll to beg for blood.
I like.
Yeah, can I
I was
help?
saying that to Amelia.
Amelia's
Okay.
gonna do like a super pouty face, like please, please.
Puppy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We sure did get beat up earlier, Miss Josie Consciousness.
Yeah, she's very sparkly eyed, ooh woo, no shame.
I figure if we don't have a little blood for Teddy when we wake him up, he's not going to be in a very good mood.
I mean,
True.
he's not going to be in a very good mood no matter what.
But
you
at
can make
least
it
we'll
better.
have blood.
Right.
Yeah.
So give me that sweet, sweet manipulation and persuasion roll.
I would love to. I'm good at those.
Screaming begins again.
No, not the letter G. That's not what I want.
I got G successes. Excuse me? G. You got G successes.
G.
What do you want? Fuck
It was
off.
just my finger not being able to function. Ooh.
Oh man,
Listen, I got me some Bambi eyes tonight, y'all. That's two pouty successes.
Oh man, they give you a bag of blood to go.
Yay, thank you.
You guys are such a doll.
So Amelia, as you guys are exiting Adam's mansion, I've got some good news and bad news.
Yay.
The good news is that the night is clear. It's still young. There's more than enough time to get to your office. The bad news is your car has almost certainly been destroyed.
Take the subway. It's fine.
I mean, I don't think any of us can go on the subway like this, and I can't obfuscate myself as well as you can.
No.
Actually, I was thinking I was going to go slip by and see if I could say a word to Adam.
By all means.
So they might not notice because I was never unobfuscated.
Amelia's gonna go try to take the long way home through some alleys and try to be unseen in her.
Fair
Well,
enough.
actually, I mean, she's still covered in blood no matter what, so. Like.
Wool has soaked up blood like a sponge. Waylon's not so much walking as dripping, squelching
Yeah.
his way across Adam's fucking court.
It's not great. It's not a great look.
No.
If anyone asks, tell them you were shooting a movie. It's your only hope.
Yep, we're actors in a zombie movie, blah.
Bye.
But
So Amelia and Waylon, give me some presence and stealth rolls in order to get through the city to Amelia's office without attracting attention.
You got it.
Just wait for me.
And
Oh,
do my best.
Mike, give me a dexterity and stealth roll to gather more information about your boss man.
Can I add an obfuscate point? Is that a
may.
thing I can do? Cool. Awesome.
I will allow it.
Gracias. Yay, that gave me uno success.
It's strange what you can do in the darkness of the night if you act with specific intent to not draw attention to yourself.
People have a tendency to look away from things that are, it's just like, oh, homeless people. Don't look at them.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just good like that.
You smell bad. You don't look good. People don't even look to notice how bad you look.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to see our filth?
He's paying so he don't have to look. Mike, because none of the hangers-on nor the sea consciousness, because this isn't their haven, they don't get any big bonuses to spot you sneaking around in there. And you set up the security system. You know where all the cameras and sensors and shit are. Which means you know how to get around them.
I do.
And you... how are you going to try to find where Adam has gone?
Well, I mean, I was going to ask Adam for something else, but
Well, the trick is finding him. He's not...
I know the layout of this place.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a larceny check to try to figure out where, given the layout, Adam is most likely to use as like his sanctum.
Fair enough. Give me a delicious wits and larceny roll.
Wits and larceny is not a bad roll for me. And Mike dies. God damn, why can't I copy it? There.
Your immediate suspicion is Adam's got a brig in here. No, he wouldn't bring her to the brig. She's an honored guest. There was a guest room, you remember. And you go to the guest room, and the door is already open a crack. The room is lit with candles. The fashion that had filled it before has been eliminated. All there is a bare, dressingless bed and, like, wooden furniture coated in candles. And Olga has been laid upon the bed, and Adam has pulled up a little chair, and he is holding her remaining hand with one hand, and brushing her head with the other. There is a discipline at work here. The waves of vampiric power emanate from this ritual with palpable sensation.
Doesn't look like something that should be interrupted, I gather.
It's not necessarily a bad idea. If you had to guess, you would guess that Adam would be more embarrassed that you had caught him in the middle of whatever he's doing. Your interruption wouldn't damage the ritual. Your interruption would damage you when he gets upset that he's been noticed.
Well, I mean, the door is just open a crack. We can make sure it's closed, and I knock on it.
Fair enough. Who is it?
Prince Adam? It's Mike.
The door opens a crack. All of the candles have been extinguished. Is there something I can help you with, Spore Boy?
Just a sort of favor. Remember when you gave us those cups and we drank together?
I do.
Thinking we might want to do that again.
Oh. To whom would you wish to become indebted to?
Just the three of us, or the four of us, if we ever find Atticus.
He is busy. I will consider this. Bring it up with your compatriots. If you can present a unified front and desire your blood ties to grow deeper, I will make it so.
Mike just sort of nods his head and thanks, and slips off back into the.
Oh,
You
Mikey
asked
wants
for permission. I respect that, boy. And the door closes.
Mikey wants to get blood married. Aww.
I like the way you die, boy. It's fun to kill a man, to take everything he had and everything he'll ever have.
Listen, you can't ruin this Ohana moment for me, Reynold.
So, Mike, you catch up with the rest of the party.
Yep.
They barely noticed you were gone.
Fuck, they're so bad at this. I sort of like slip along and smooth the waters.
Mike, give me an intelligence and occult roll to try to determine what it is you witnessed.
Okay.
It's a little beyond your understanding. Almost certainly some sort of dementation. But what he was doing with it is very unclear.
I'll ask Amelia about it very carefully.
Hey. So, is there anything you guys would like to do while you're on your way to Amelia's office?
Yeah. We do have to stop and deal with the crinkle too. Adam gave us that order. Oh, hey guys.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Oh
Good.
yeah, you have been missing for a minute, haven't you? Amelia pats her little fungus son's head.
Did we leave without you? I'm sorry. I thought that you're always hard to see.
Yeah, I stopped and had a little chat with Adam.
Oh?
Yeah.
Making sure he's not.
Cop. I ducked him into an alley.
Oh. Good call.
I wanted to see how he'd feel about us doing that ritual again. If you guys want to.
Ritual? Which one?
Vinculum.
Oh,
Oh, when we drank the blood. Oh. Aw, Mikey. You want to be even closer friends?
Well, I mean, the whole idea is to sort of make a family. And I don't know, I think we kind of are. So let's make it a little more official.
Not crying. Amelia's not crying. Except she's totally crying.
I wouldn't be opposed. Just the three of us.
Bonds of blood are the strongest of all.
Does a voice actually say that?
Mm.
just checking.
Henrik?
Is that you? Anytime there's a voice from the shadows now, we're gonna be like, Henrik?
And then
You
I said
playing?
in subtle voice to Amelia, also, Adam is conducting some really creepy ritual with a lot of candles and doing something really weird with Olga's body. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but it creeped me the fuck out, and I pretended I didn't see anything.
Oh boy.
And
Candles and doing stuff to bodies in the dark of the bedroom.
he was holding her hand, and he seemed to be concentrating on something. Like, I mean, with two successes on my occult, I imagine I can at least describe what I saw
Oh
pretty
yeah,
well.
you can. Yeah. You're pretty intimately familiar with what happened. You're just not. It's difficult to place. Like
Right.
it looks like demontation, but you're just assuming that.
But I
Does that-
do a roll and add my dementation perk.
You may.
Hey. So that's something occult and dementation.
Wits and you know what, this is intelligence and occult because you're looking
Hell
inward.
yeah.
It's not an
Ah.
educated guess. It's literally the result of education.
Thank you for sweetening the pot for me.
You are welcome.
4. Sorry.
What is Amelia's intelligence anyway?
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's smart.
She went to
Smart
college.
cookie.
Her academics is 4 too. She's got a psych profile bonus. She's got that.
Yeah, Mike's got a 4 intelligence too, but it's more computer focused. So
Yeah,
And a
hers
perfectly good
is
jump stat.
all academia.
Dark
Waylon
academia.
is a very handsome dunce cap though.
I'm just
So-
not incredibly educated. I only look like I am.
All right, so 4, and then aspects. No, occult. Sorry, my brain is slow tonight.
occult, dementation, and intelligence.
Plus dementation. That's 7 dice. Alright. I don't have many willpowers left, but I'm gonna burn 1 and make it 10.
I
Yeah.
stretched again.
That gives me three successes.
You enter your mind palace and turn into the woman doing math meme for a second.
Hell yeah.
And we have agreed. That is not dementation. Like there's no dementation that works like that.
I whisper back to the void, what is it?
So the thing that gets you is like the phrase that sticks in your head is you don't use dementation with your hands. You use dementation with your mouth and your eyes. Like it's
Right.
it's the hands.
There's no contact necessary.
Right.
Right.
And whatever
Candles
this
in the
is,
dark, I could see that, but why you touching? You don't gotta be touching.
you don't gotta be touching. But like that's the thing that jumps out on you. It just sticks in your brain. Like, why would he need to touch her?
Unless he just also happens to be sweet on her.
But also, he wasn't speaking.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Like,
Whatever, I go to Mike and I go, whatever it wasn't dementation.
Yeah.
Like, as I'm looking through all of the possible dementation abilities, they're all mouth and eye related. All of them.
Right.
We've got Eyes of Chaos, Voice of
And
Madness.
she was asleep, so even if his eyes were on her, like,
Can't do anything.
yeah, that doorway is closed.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, but it's not dementation.
Just keep your eyes open.
Do my best. I can always set another fire in my office if I need to.
Oh boy.
Well, now we know how successful that was.
It worked.
It
Maybe
did.
we could go to like the the dump or something instead. I mean,
We should probably. I should probably not do. I didn't know the fire was going to happen until we were already there. That was. I didn't choose fire. Fire chose me.
It was spontaneous.
The blood chose fire. At the end of the day.
it wasn't scary at all to witness. Believe me.
It wasn't scary at all to experience. Believe me. Then
Totally. No fear.
Amelia's whole face is like cracked with like it was terrifying.
That's true.
Yep. That's okay. After we wake up Teddy, hopefully I'll get to take a break from staring into the void. At least like maybe 24 hours? I don't know. That feels like asking for a lot nowadays.
Oh, I kind of want to just binge a raid or something. I don't know.
Yeah, should we have a movie night, guys? After Teddy, like we gotta square that, but I feel like we've earned a movie night.
You know, Amelia, you wouldn't take it bad if we.
Whatever you're about to ask, I'm already taking it poorly.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's okay. What were you gonna ask?
Nah, you wouldn't like it.
Oh, now you have to tell me because I'm curious. And if you do that, it's gonna drive me insane than usual. And that's pretty insane.
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to recreate a scene from, say, a Clockwork Orange as we watch Clockwork Orange, and so you maybe had tied down and gagged while we're watching.
I've never seen this film before, you see, and Mike wants me to have the most authentic experience.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, like I said, I thought it was just a crazy idea.
Yeah, but I appreciate crazy here, and I'm glad you asked. But no, I feel like I'm gonna wanna. Do you guys want to do that just so I won't talk during the movie?
Waylon laughed.
A little. No.
Yes.
Okay.
At least Waylon was honest about it. Fine,
Well,
you two can have your Pulp Fiction night, and I'll stay home.
we like you. It's just that you talk during the most important scenes.
That's because I get excited because it's an important scene.
That's why you being gagged and bound would make it more
Why do you
fun.
have to bind me?
So you don't take the gag off.
Also, you tap your leg when you watch the movies.
Because I get excited. We need to wake up Teddy before we talk about any of this.
Just become detached from your emotions, Amelia, like the rest of us.
But my emotions are my most beautiful quality.
I'm joking.
If you take that away, I have nothing. Then I'm just a pretty face in a nice dress.
Amelia, you have a beautiful mind.
Thank you.
And a baseball bat.
I have to show you that movie too. Russell Crowe, really good actually for like a non-genre. Never mind.
Oh, I watched A Beautiful Mind. I enjoyed that. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and say I would feel uncomfortable gagged and bound in a situation that is not going to fulfill me. If you catch my drift. So no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that for a casual movie. You have to buy me dinner before that happens.
Ah, gross.
Yeah, and I don't. No offense, Mikey, but pure love, but it's platonic.
I have to go kill something. Hold on.
I have to go commit a casual murder. BRB.
This conversation makes me uncomfortable. Gotta kill something. Fucking wide gun reminds me of the portal turrets. That's 35% more bullet per bullet.
Okay. Too many legs. Too many legs. I hate legs.
First.
No, thank you.
So yeah, I don't kill spiders. I try to be gentle with insects. I don't like them in my house, but when I see centipedes, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, those squish. Those are an affront. But yeah, let's go wake Teddy up.
Oh, and then we have to go see the crinkle.
Yeah.
Let me check my watch. It's crinkle o'clock, baby.
I mean, do we want to kill two birds with one stone? Do we all want to go together to each thing?
Yeah, let's stick together.
With the trouble
Well-
we've caused in the city tonight, I don't think it's a good idea to split up.
Yeah, and I think we're all kind of. I mean, even fill up with blood, my brain hurts.
I am
Um,
quite tired. I just
Right.
wanted to make sure. Every now and then I have a lick of that efficiency thing come back.
Yeah,
About to say,
Sorry.
I think we should just burn that place.
if only it could burn.
Yeah, that wouldn't be efficient. And therefore I cannot do it.
It's not about you, it's about the structure. It's survived more ardent attempts to destroy it.
Unfortunately, jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
It can't melt steel beams, we all know this. That being said, yeah, you guys might want to stick together for the rest of the evening. The shovelheads are out in force tonight.
That does make sense.
Their archbishop just went missing, and now it's anyone's game. Who's gonna be the next archbishop? Whoever wants it enough.
You know, I can steal a car. I mean, I can't actually drive it, but like hot wiring a car is really kind of easy.
Do the driving part.
Is that how stealing a
Amelia's
car works?
Amelia's got a license and a point in driving.
That's more than what I have.
Amelia's a modern woman. An independent modern woman.
We can even get a good one. I can disable a low jack, and if I get a little creative, I can even change the records online so it doesn't belong to whoever it belonged to before.
Okay, so the ignition wire is either brown or yellow, and the battery wires are almost always red. So what you do is you strip off the insulation of the two battery wires, twist them together, then take out some of the insulation from the brown or yellow wire, and put the battery wire to the ignition wire, and then that just turns the car on. And then you probably want to shove a screwdriver in the key slot so that you have control over the ignition.
Right.
Here you go.
The point is,
Yep.
It takes some time and it's super suspicious, but you can just do that. Like, if no one stops you, you just do it.
I can do it obfuscated too, so
Yeah, no.
no one pays any attention.
I love how this campaign is also a small how to commit small crimes
You're welcome. I learned from the best.
tutorial.
I'd rather steal a nice car than a lousy car. Not necessarily because it's more fun to drive a nice car, but the people who drive nice cars can usually afford to lose them, whereas the people who drive crappy cars can't really afford to lose them. So
Yeah, steal a car that looks like it might be somebody's second car.
Hey.
yeah, or it's like some sort of dick replacement, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, steal me a truck. No
Then
one will
I'll-
suspect me driving a truck. No, wait,
I'll dis-
don't steal a truck. I might not be able to reach the pedal.
I disable the low jack.
I learned everything I know about crime from my mom and starving college students. Anyway, so are you guys gonna go visit the Crinkle first or wake up Teddy first?
Teddy first.
Okay.
Teddy first.
He's got
Yeah.
some things to catch up on.
So
Yeah.
you guys get into Amelia's office,
We owe him some blood and an apology.
and
And,
Teddy.
and part of the credit.
Yeah, he saved the day, even though he doesn't know it.
I think that we want to make sure we give Teddy credit for this win. That he was the one who advised us and really made it happen. If we set it up that way, he can't get too pissed at us. So
Exactly. We'll let him know that we'll make sure Adam knows that,
Let's see how he wakes up.
okay.
we'll give him a cup of blood first. That's
We're gonna
just
admit
polite.
to nothing.
Yeah, we shouldn't tell him a little too much about why we did what we did.
Does he remember? What is the last thing he remembers? Did he see us?
Leaving the
Nope.
door.
He just
Yeah,
remembers, I'm gonna leave. These guys seem a little suspicious, but vampires. Everyone's
We did
suspicious.
we did also
Shovelhead.
say we had a wild night and people were were out for us.
Yeah. Just say we got into a brawl at the Sabbat, and that they ambushed him when he came out the door.
Yep.
And we after finally taking out their archbishop and making her the fool, we were able to track him down, get him back, revive him. Here's a cup of blood.
This is true. He does not know what has transpired or how many days have passed. If you're able
I think
to
it's
make
been
it,
like 2 days, right?
And 2
Yeah.
days is a convincing story for, oh man, there was an agent who staked you and he got away, but we were able to track him down and we were able to get him.
Yep. And we dusted him, so you don't have to worry about ever tracking him down or any details. Nope.
Really, it was nobody. It was just a tough shovelhead.
Yeah.
We took care of it, and now you're back, and everything is fine.
Here's a cup of blood.
Here's a cup of blood.
The last time he saw Amelia, she was fucked up, and she said, "We've had a real rough night, Teddy." So as far as he knows, it's been.
Right.
He walked into an unexplained war zone.
And you did roll well on your rolls, so he did believe you. He thought
and
you
I
were
think
a little sus, but every vampire is a little sus.
Right. And we were probably sus because we were on our guard because we had a wild heckin' night, you know?
Totally plausible. What if Teddy's in on it? Oh, well, he gave you the goods, so he's not in on it, but our hackles are up. Hackles are very high.
Right. Shit's high. Amelia's had a rough night. We don't want to play around, Teddy.
So, you get your story straight.
Woo!
You drag him into the center of the office, and you unstake him.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes suddenly come alive.
Amelia's got a little styrofoam cup of blood ready.
As he just looks around panically. What happened?
Teddy, it's okay. Hey, look at me. Give me your eyes. Breathe in. Well, blood in. Blood out. Here's a little cup of blood. You take a sip. We'll explain everything.
He frenzies and drains the cup. You might want to get him some more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna hand him the whole gallon that they gave us to go.
Like a fat kid in an ice cream store. He fucking sucks that shit down like a malt milk.
Here you go. May's gonna give him a moment to drink in a little space, and she's gonna fold her hands in front of her. She's gonna be nice and calm. Nice and composed.
What happened? The last thing I remember, I got staked when I was coming out of your office.
Right. So remember how we told you we had a real rough night?
Yeah.
You came into a bit of a war zone in my office. It's still a bit of a mess. I apologize. It's been wild. So the Sabbat, we had a couple of tussles with the Sabbat, mostly shovelheads, but an extra tough shovelhead. He busted in, staked you. I think he probably meant to stake Waylon, but shovelheads are only so smart. He got away. We were able to chase after him. It took a little while. It's been about 2 days. I'm so sorry it took us that long to find you. But we found you. We dusted the vamp that staked you. We've got some blood for you. We're here for you. We're so sorry, but you're back now with us. And that Sabat fucker is gone.
Give me a manipulation and persuasion roll with a +1 plausible story bonus and a +2 blood prezi bonus.
Oh, thank you. All right, so that's 3. What were the
just
first
saying.
2 parts?
How do you figure out persuasion versus subterfuge in these contexts?
So persuasion is trying to convince someone. Subterfuge is trying to hide something.
Okay.
And then that's.
And then for the sake of making rolls useful, I've made empathy the counter to subterfuge. Because rules as written, subterfuge counters subterfuge, which is like, I don't like that.
Ooh.
I like my skill countering to go in a circle like Pokemon types.
That's 2 successes.
2 successes is better than nothing. He looks
Hell yeah.
around, bleary-eyed, and is just like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Thanks. What have I missed since I've been out?
Quite a bit. We really shook up the Sabat's structure in general. Which
You're going
is
to
why
want to go straight back to Adam's Court. The streets are not the safest tonight.
Yeah, we may have unconsensually titled the Archbishop the Fool for Adam's Court, so the Shuffleheads are a little mad at us.
I'm gonna have to use one of these. Like he just starts staring. Like he can't.
Yeah.
He cannot even begin to understand the implications of what you have just said.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, can I make an empathy roll to see if I can figure out what's going on in his head?
Absolutely.
Or is there another roll?
Yeah.
No.
Could
That's wits and empathy.
Wits and empathy. Okay.
Amelia would also like to see if her bluff is working,
Go for it.
since I have those good wits and empathy stats. That Gucci shit.
Yeah, not bad.
Actually, not aura perception. Can I add my psych profiles?
No, you haven't profiled Teddy.
That's fair. Actually, I think I did when I met him, didn't I?
Yeah, but that was an off-the-cuff profile.
That's totally valid.
Like,
I'll still take it.
I need generic information about this guy. Oh, he's twitching. He's a gambling addict. That sort of thing.
Gotcha. I guess I'll deal with rolling 5 dice.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm gonna write this down.
Oh, man. I rolled a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10.
No, but it was still pretty good. I got 4 successes, but I just want everyone to see.
God damn.
Yeah, I gotta
Beautiful.
screen cap it. Hang on.
Mike,
I know how to.
I will tell you that Teddy's mind is a steel trap enigma. He's clearly confused, but there are so many things he could potentially be confused by in this scenario. It's impossible to determine what it, like, you're being bombarded by white noise. It's impossible to dig through it. Amelia, you got 4 successes. Here's the thing. He does not believe you, but he is not going to defy you. He does not exactly believe the lie that you have told him, but you have been convincing enough to let him know, I shouldn't rock the boat.
Yeah. Amelia's like, I can lie too, playa.
I could bring you back to your childhood. Anyway, if you let him go, he's just gonna like call a cab and go straight to Adam's Manor.
Great. Yeah, Amelia will then, help him to his feet, dust him off, and be like, thank you so much for understanding. Again, we're so sorry it took us so long to find you. And she's going to just lead him out the door, be like, be careful on the roads, but, once you're at Adam's place, you'll be fine.
Have you tried Lyft? It's really a lot better than taxis.
Nah, man. Lyft's got a paper trail.
Amelia's going to give him a little cab fare.
You are being suspiciously nice, but suspiciously nice is the same thing as an apology, right?
Yeah, and also, Amelia's that kind of gal. She's a friendly gal.
This is true. I would hate to narc on a friend.
Yeah,
Anyway.
don't narc on the person who gives you cab fare.
You don't narc on the person who draws your blood and gives you cookies. I'm just saying, this has been a well-established fact. So
I think it's fair to say that at this point, Teddy has at least some fear of us. So,
like, fear is one of his major motivating factors, and like, who would he get on his side? Like, if he wanted to get revenge against you, what the fuck is he gonna do about it?
It's like him versus Waylon and Prince Adam's like protege and a Nosferatu techie.
Who he owes money, like, this is a silver bullet. Like, even if he wanted to fuck with you guys, what would he do? Like,
we gave him protection, TBH.
Right. Number one,
we gave him a job and protection. Like,
you've made his life good, and if you want to stake him and hide him under a desk for a couple of days, like,
yeah. We also got loan sharks off of his back for him, so
like, that's your prerogative, man. Like, oh shit. Doesn't it suck being owned by another human being?
Aw, Teddy.
So, are you guys
Bye,
going
Teddy.
to hotwire a car to get over to the Crinkles Fun Factory?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. Mike, give me a dexterity and larceny while I take a piss.
I will also use bathroom.
wow, I am so glad that this is not like the old White Wolf.
Yeah.
See all those ones?
That's so many.
That would have been like 0 success. Oh. Well, still a couple of 10s, so 1 success. Well, Waylon finally had a chance to fight.
I did. Now you see what I've been built for. All this other stuff we've been doing, all the socializing and running around and sneaking and all. I've got like rolls of like 3 or 4. I go to crit this monster, I'm rolling 15.
Well, Mike's actually pretty good in a fight too, as long as he
That's
doesn't have to. As long as he doesn't get hit.
You guys are definitely more balanced stat wise than I am. I went really hard
Who needs
into the
balance?
melee combat.
So, y'all head to the Laugh Factory. Hey, Flim and Flam's car is there.
Well, I suppose tonight's not the best night for clubbing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, remember, the Crinkle has Sabat ties. The Crinkle,
I don't
in
think
many
the people
ways,
running around care.
Fair enough. The Crinkle is in many ways considered untouchable, just because of what he can do. Like, nobody pisses off the Nosferatu because nobody knows him more than they do.
Based on last time, might it make sense for us to give him the orders from the door rather than walking into his lair where he seems to be able to fucking use all sorts of weird traps?
I hath returned. How
Or
we
do you
do
want-
on
or-
how we
or
do
do you-
on stealing that car?
Oh, wait, it's fine.
Oh, excellent.
Don't be a puss. Just enter the Crinkle's lair again. What could possibly go wrong? Oh my god, I found what the Crinkle looks like. I fucking
Oh
found
no,
him.
I'm
At
scared.
last.
I don't want to
Got him!
see.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
got him, folks!
I wish I wasn't looking at that.
His hat
Carambay
looks
it.
like strawberry ice cream.
Holy shit.
He made me burp with fear. I got fear burps.
Like, I got this guy. But, like, I don't know. That's Crinkle with a glamour on.
Yeah, it's a little too. There's something endearing about that one.
Right. The top one has nothing endearing about it, which is what the Crinkle is about.
He kind of looks like a mean Jim Henson Muppet.
Right. Like, the fucking, yeah, the
See, I must be strange because I would rather wake up to the first Sansa than the second one, and I don't know why.
Well, the second one does sort of look like he would not be safe to be sleeping around. But,
No.
you
Like,
know.
I feel like the first one wouldn't actually even do anything. He would just stand ominously in the corner of my room, which is terrifying. But I feel like the bottom picture makes me go like, that guy might actually put me in his Santa sack and beat the snot out of me, and I don't appreciate that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do fucked up shit while you're asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So apparently-
he's creepy, but not terrifying.
He feels like a more physical threat. The other one feels like a more ethereal threat, and I'm like, that's terrifying, but I'd rather face the void.
Yeah, the top one's got big, dude, let me in, I'm a fairy vibes.
Yeah, like creepy fae vibes.
Dude, let me
Oh.
in, I'm a fairy. Don't you
No.
believe in fairies?
Oh, I hate that. Hate that.
Fun fact, that's actually from a Frankenstein manga.
Oh, amazing.
Like, somebody turned Frankenstein into a manga, and those aren't the actual lines.
Right, words.
Yeah, those were taken out and they put in, hey, I'm a fairy. Like, I think what's actually going on.
I mean, that
here-
is how, like, actual fae usually are. Like, that's real fae energy. Like, that horrifying, menacing grin. Like, ooh.
Oh
Gotta
yeah,
love
like
the
that's
empty
the thing
report.
that made it fucked up. Like, everyone was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's just actually what the comic is about. No, actually, it's Frankenstein's monster being like, hey man, you need to make me a bride or I'm gonna fuck up your wedding.
Yeah. And he did do that.
That did happen.
That did happen. That's canon.
Anyway, so Mike has presented the idea that maybe you guys shouldn't go into the Laugh Factory.
The top guy looks like he'd be doing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stealing the breath.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he'd give you a Dementor's kiss. But see, I think I'd choose a Dementor's kiss over, like, getting pummeled by that other Santa's, like, actual, like, kidnap sack.
Oh no, Cigar Santa gives me rape vibes. Like, he's
Yeah,
he's the
exactly.
Santa
He
who's
feels
out
like
there
a
raping
physical
kids.
violator. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not good. And the Crinkle is definitely not out there raping kids. He's out there fucking ruining lives. He's out there granting monkey's paw wishes. That's what he does when he's bored.
I love and hate that. I mean, Adam said we need to tell the Crinkle. And I don't think I have his number, so we can't text him.
Yeah,
Unless you have his number.
No, this seems like an in-person sort of request.
Yeah.
Shall we?
I think we just need to bite the bullet.
Can't we just tell him from the door, though? I mean, why do we have to walk in? I mean, it's not like we like want to enjoy his hospitality.
What's the matter, Mike? You don't want to play hot and cold again?
I mean, yeah, we can tell him from the door. I don't mind that.
Let's say it's an emergency. Prince Adam wants you right now. We don't have time for niceties. Let's get the fuck out.
If you want to do that, Mikey, go for it.
I don't like talking to him.
Well, if we do it my way, we have to go in and be hospitable. If we do it your way, you do it from the doorway. I'll stand right next to you, but if you want to shout from the doorway.
That is just really horrifying. Where does that go? Who did that? That's just horrible.
Who did what?
Sorry. The dog. Oh, yay. All right, I need to stop watching that.
Mhm.
Thank you. Gonna have nightmares. All right, Amelia, I trust you to know what to do in social situations. I just hope. I mean, is it really a social situation? This guy's a fucking psycho. The last time we walked into his house, he drugged us and tied and bound us to like to like train cars.
Saying we can't do it your way, Mikey. I'm saying if we're going to do it your way, you take the lead. That's fair. I'll let you be a sloth next time, but every now and then.
Good point. So, as you guys knock on the door to the fun factory, Mike, you regain a willpower because, motherfucker, you do not want to be here. You put up a damn good fight, but oh god, this feels bad.
See, Amelia secretly did you a favor by being disciplined.
And it is neither. It is not the Crinkle who opens the door. It is either Flim or Flam. It's impossible to tell the difference between the two.
Oh, is the person answering the door bouncing off the walls?
No, he seems pretty sober.
Evening Flam?
No, I'm Flim. He's Flam. We trade. You got it right. Fist bump.
I'm gonna fist bump Flam.
Holy shit, you figured out how to fist bump. Nice work, kid.
I have a good teacher.
He snaps his fingers, shoots you the double guns, dabs, and then continues talking.
The dab is beyond me.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love him.
no. He wanted to style upon you, so he's just like, ha, try this one on for size, old man. Dab.
Amelia dabs back. Amelia doesn't introduce herself. Amelia just dabs.
So what do y'all want?
We have a summons.
Yes, we have to summon the Crinkle. Good Sir Crinkle.
Oh, shit. Okay.
For good Prince Adam.
Y'all should come in.
Absolutely.
And he opens the door and rolls in. The Crinkle is at a carpenter's desk making toys that would make the Nightmare Before Christmas blush. While Flam or Phlegm is constructing a diorama of an elf on a shelf sucking on a candy cane coming out of a glory hole. You don't know where Jack is. And Flam says, "Oh, Crinkle! Guests! Your guests are here."
Hello, we're the guests.
And he's like, "Oh, it's you three. Did you figure
It's us
out what
three.
I wanted you to figure out?
And more.
Good kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get something good for Christmas."
All I want for Christmas is the respect of my peers.
I'm sorry, Amelia. I don't think I can give that to anybody.
And Amelia stops herself from saying, "Then what do I need you for, Crinkle?"
Even
But she
that is
restrains
beyond my
herself.
power.
I guess I'll have to earn that all on my own, huh?
Unfortunately. Anyway,
Ugh.
y'all are here. Do you want something? Do you guys always show up when you want something? I'm guessing this ain't a social call.
That is our MO, I will confess. Prince Adam has summoned you for some significant changes have happened in his court.
Who dares summon the Crinkle?
Prince Adam.
Oh, yeah, you literally just said that. Right.
Yeah. That's okay. I enjoyed the drama.
Huh. Okay, what's he summoning me for?
He didn't say. He did mention that it's not negotiable.
Urgent, I think was the word he used.
Huh.
Like I said, some sudden and significant additions have been placed to his court that are going to have some significant political influences. So he probably just wants to discuss the ramifications of that, or something.
I mean,
Or it's Prince Adam. Who knows? He might have had like a new manic idea and just needs to blabber about it to someone.
no. I can smell the plans. It's like vinegar wafting off of you. You're all wrapped up in it. I know there's something going on here, and I know that you know it.
That's just my perfume. It smells like plans and success.
Oh, shit. Oh, the vinegar. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Denying him once was fun, but I'm thinking denying him twice is going to be a huge pain in my ass.
Yeah. He'll start seeing that as a pattern, and then he's gonna get all testy.
He's going to get pissy, and then he's going to bring Flim and Flam in on some stupid crime and call a blood hunt, and I'm going to show up and be like, "Oh, no, don't kill my boys. I love them like my own elves."
Exactly. It's gonna be a whole thing, and it's
Gonna be
like,
a whole thing. I don't...
And you probably have weekend plans, so it's like, may as well.
Oh, you know it. There's only 96 more days before Christmas.
All right, you're busy, so, may as well just bite the bullet now rather than have a big to-do later.
Yeah, you make a good point. All right, fine. Boys, fetch the sleigh. And he, gets off his lumbering ass. Now I'm just thinking about the body type of the Crinkle. Have you guys ever seen what the main character from Disco Elysium looks like without any clothes on?
Yes, I'm a citizen of the internet.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Crinkle's body type is.
I'm imagining like that weird skinny dad paunch.
Yeah, that's what he's got going on. But he's also got jacked arms. Like the big thing is he's stronger.
Because I've seen him and he looks thick.
Oh yeah.
But he's also paunch.
Yeah. Big paunch, big arms, little legs. He definitely skipped leg day.
That's like the Scottish lifter build. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They look like they could lift their house up and just move it to a new hill if they wanted to. But it's all beer gut power.
Oh yeah. Big
Yes.
beer gut power. And I mean
Like where the stomach is somehow like a beer gut and one giant ab at the same time.
Right. And
Mono
like
ab.
yeah.
To be fair, like most Olympic weightlifters have more than a bear gut.
Right.
No, that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
that true. It's that true. Like it's not a Marvel like 6-pack. It's like hefty, paunchy ab, but it's like one solid ab. I know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Where it's that like thick strength. Where it's like you seem so chubby, but then you lift like a house
Yeah.
off of the brick, like its foundations.
There's nothing about the Crinkle that looks sexy, but like the dude, like he
Yeah.
could suplex
I
a
wouldn't want to
car.
fight him. Yeah, I
No.
wouldn't want to fight him.
No, you get visions of Santa with an axe, and you're like, nah, I saw this movie. This doesn't end well for anybody. So yeah, he and Flim and Flam go to the car, and if you don't go back to Adam's Manor, he will go alone.
I think. Is there anything else that we need to do?
Not really.
Not really.
I think we can take you back.
Groovy. So you guys show up at Adam's Manor, and Flim and Flam come out of the car with some leaf blowers. And, the Crinkle hefts his way up to the door, and he opens it up, and Flim and Flam come in with the leaf blowers and start spraying powdered snow all over the room. And the Crinkle, like, fucking waddles in, shouting, "Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! What do you want, you piece of shit?"
Amelia whispers, "You gotta respect him for committing to the aesthetic."
Right. One of the things that I'm glad. Yes, the wine is flowing and it's pumping through my brain. Because the Crinkle is also like white trash Santa. Like he can't actually make it snow. So he's got to do everything on discount.
Right, he can
Right.
only summon the power of like a mall Santa.
Right.
Like the world's most powerful mall Santa.
Yes, like white trash mall Santa, just like ho ho ho. Clearly drunk, killing it, but totally hammered. And there always runs the risk of him just like trailing off into some dark fantasy about how kids don't get coal, kids get killed. Like, shit like, yeah, there we go.
I got you.
Thank you. I remember I spent a Christmas with my mother driving around in a car listening to NPR stories of like mall elves, and it was just like repeated confessions from mall elves, and just like they had some dark shit they wanted to
Oh yeah,
say.
I'm sure they were all like, he smoked and drank and groped me and groped the kids
it was more like traumatizing children in various ways from like very stressed out mall elves. It was super fucked up. But yeah, he comes in and Adam's on his big chair and he's like, "Ah, Crinkle, my dear brother in blood, I need your help. I need your..."
Wait, does Adam seem like he's swinging a little bit more to the manic side?
Oh, the
No?
mania
Big
is
time.
growing strong.
Okay. It's just like he was sort of on the depressive side, and now after we brought her Olga back, the manic has risen.
Mm-hmm. Mania is rising. Power is convalescing. The court is coming back to life. My friend, I require your services. I have one in my possession who would be named Fool, but she is in torpor, given over to sleep and dream. I need you, my friend. And he's like, oh, shit. Just one. I will perform this service for you but once. As a Christmas miracle for you. Once is all I ask. Once is all I need. All those other who sleep may remain asleep, but her, she must awaken. He's like, all right, fine, I'll check her out. And they go back there. Is there anything you guys want to do while Adam and the Crinkle are away?
Amelia will go say hi to the sea consciousness.
Oh, jeez. Let me roll.
Whichever form it wishes to
I
manifest.
was about to say, let me roll a d6 and see how they're hanging. In between the time you have left and returned, Kabuto is present.
Oh, what's up, Cece? What's up, Kabuto?
Amelia, good evening.
Good evening. How have you been?
Curious. I did not
Curious.
expect to be so excited to have a security risk fall in our lap this evening.
Right? A little interesting twist.
Yeah. How did you manage to subdue her?
We had a little help from a very large, shadowy friend.
Curtis met him a few months ago. Yes. He is
Oh.
curious.
He definitely is a fascinating being.
Yes.
I saw many teeth when he was fighting Olga.
So he's a La Sombra.
Yes.
Still, my curiosity is what he intends to do with all that power. He seems to be only willing to work as a mercenary. Where is his ambition?
No. He seemed too enigmatic for me to peel those layers.
Curious. Even we have our ambitions. We try to keep them small, to focus them. But something like that? Someone like him? I hesitate to say that he frightens us, but he does confuse us.
You want to know my uninformed guess?
By all means, poor child.
Maybe I'm a little bit of a romantic here, but he strikes me as someone who's done some really, really bad shit. And is... Alright, don't laugh too hard. I think he's kind of looking for redemption. I think that's his goal.
In accordance with your request, we will refrain from laughing.
Kabuto's so polite like that.
Those of us who have villainous capabilities believe that what we do is redemption. Curiouser yet still.
Amelia's just gonna ask if she can go run around in an illusionary maze for a little while. One of Kabuto's brain mazes while we wait.
Sorry, you would have to come to the theater.
Oh,
And it's currently
okay.
closed. We must wait
Well-
till inspiration strikes again. Inspiration that you had so powerfully brought to life.
I can always come up with more theater ideas, and I've got glitter for inspiration boards.
By all means, you are welcome to try.
So, well, the next time you're back at the theater, please send your mannequins my regards.
Oh, the little devils.
So that's at least what Amelia's doing.
Oh, Teddy's here. Teddy's back.
Hey, Teddy.
But Waylon, is there anyone you want to interact with particularly? It's okay if the answer is no.
The answer is no.
Fair enough.
Are there any Nosferatu here? Visibly here.
No. At least none who would wish to be seen. But Adam and the Crinkle return from Adam's sanctum, and the Crinkle is just shaking his head. Holy shit. And he looks at Adam and says, "I'll do it. I'll do it, but I'm gonna need what I'm gonna need, man. This is holy shit." Hey kids, all sit around the Yule log with me for a minute here. I'm gonna need y'all for a personal favor.
Sure.
Would love to sit on that Yule log.
Okay.
Wait, that sounded wrong.
Oh, you want to sit on the Yule log,
No,
kid?
no, Crinkle.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
this is professional. This is a professional relationship. Crinkle.
Oh, yeah. No, he would never joke about a Yule log being a penis. As a matter of fact, if someone did joke about his Yule log being a penis, like, he would get upset.
That's how you get on the naughty list.
That's how you get on the fucking naughty
And Amelia
list.
is a good child, so she
Yes.
would never.
And like, you know, there's joking about, oh, I don't think I want to sit on the Yule log. That's okay. But if you had said, I want to sit on the Yule log.
Right.
Like,
No.
nope.
Yes. There was the tiny fragment of adultness that was like, wait, but the child inside's instinct was, of course I'll sit on the Yule log. Who wouldn't sit on the Yule log?
Right.
Right. All right.
Aren't you
Anyways,
usually lighting the Yule log on fire?
don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Wait,
about it.
maybe we should worry about it.
So he brings you all into a little huddle and he's like, okay. Adam wants me to work my mojo on Olga. I ain't got a problem with that. He's working his mojo on her. I'll work my mojo on her. We're going to have fucking star on top of the tree, kids. Like, she's going to be something else. But
What is the mojo he's working on her, by the way?
oh, Santa never tells.
Oh, Santa.
So I'm gonna need some goods and gubbins to get her all kick-started.
Makes sense. We did sick La Sombra on her.
She's pretty fucked up, yeah. I'm gonna need. Jeez. I'm gonna need something strong. I'm thinking maybe a Promethean's heart.
Oh, I was thinking like vodka or something.
Oh no, kid. This is a blood price and beyond. This is calling for inspiration, the likes of which. So the way I see it, there's blood sacrifices and then there's bone sacrifices, and then there's something that goes beyond that. Blood sacrifices are, that grows back. Bone sacrifices, those don't grow back, unless they're ribs, in which case they obviously grow back. No, they don't. This is asking for something else. You've got to understand, we're dealing with a whole different system of humanity. She didn't play by mortal rules anymore. She satisfied herself by being what she was.
We're not murderers.
Then find someone who's good. Find someone who deserves to get murdered.
How does one find a Promethean?
Usually you need another Promethean. They can sense each other. Alternatively, you can just try to find the hidden places of the world. Places where the elements are all out of whack. Places where people don't go anymore.
They have an effect on people around them.
That they do.
Well, Santa, thank you. We will contemplate this.
When do you need it?
Whenever you got it. Thankfully, there's no time limit, but if I don't get it, I can't work my mojo. And if I can't work my mojo, Adam can't get what he wants. And if Adam can't get what he wants, you can't get what you want.
Right. Right. Makes sense. And we want everyone to have a Merry Christmas, so.
I'm just saying, you find a kid on the naughty list, rip his heart out. I'll look the other way. Shit,
Really, we're saving you a
doing me a
step.
favor. I ain't made out of coal.
Are you sure?
Shit.
How do you know?
I mean, if a human being is mostly made out of water, carbon is coal.
What is a crinkle if not? Yeah, you might actually be made out of cold crinkle.
He suddenly resists the urge to shit on his desk.
Oh, I'm very glad he resisted. Good job. Proud of you, buddy. Sorry, maybe you shouldn't try to take other Malkavians down the rabbit hole. But it's so much fun.
Let me see if I can find the gif I'm looking for, but by all means, discuss the task at hand.
Ooh.
Is he still around?
Who?
Crinkle.
Yeah, he's sitting right there.
No, I'm not going to talk around while he's around.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, we can. Maybe we'll
go
go
somewhere the crinkle is not.
That's not too tricky. He's just chilling in the throne room.
Goodbye, Crinkle. Enjoy your Yule log. Merry Christmas to you all.
All right, let me just put this out here to start out with. I'm not having anything to do with anyone killing Thad. I'm not going to have
No, that's off the table.
I'm not going to have anything to do with anyone killing mailman guy. He's nice.
Oh, we would never hurt the mailman. Well, I could never hurt the mailman. Killing Thaddeus is absolutely off the table. But maybe Thaddeus could help us find a bad guy? A not so nice Prometheus?
Seems like we earned some points with Callie's Raiders too. I mean, they're hunters.
True. They probably would know of some dangerous Promethei.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they know a Promethean who's a murderer.
They'd probably be the best guess. We'd be doing them another favor. Be mutually beneficial.
I think.
We'd basically just be like, give us info and we'll freelance. Not a bad place to start, at least.
That's not the worst idea that you've had.
We've had some pretty bad ideas.
Well, I'm sure that they may be interested in an update.
And I'd like to hear about how our werewolf friend is doing anyways. Should we contact them next time?
On Dragon
On Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z?
Z?
All right, y'all get 8 experience points for completing
Ooh.
a plot critical mission.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. Look at us.
Thank you
Look at the
and
fam.
congratulations. You have played a great game.
Thank you, Reynold.
Yeah, I decided to give the Blood Beast 13 health and reduce all the damage it takes to bashing unless you have a particularly blood deadly weapon.
That made sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
It felt good too.
It was
And-
cathartic.
Once it filled up on lethal, it started just fucking
Fall into pieces.
it started gooping.
Once it took 11 points of lethal damage from one hit, it really didn't do well.
Yeah, it
That's
fucking
hard to
died.
walk off for anyone.
We're not talking about that.
Mm.
Well, I feel like